that's when they put me on that ship early,
Mm-hmm.
and I got the typhoon. That's when that typhoon come. We had to go out to sea to keep the ship from washing ashore. And I was in that typhoon. We was out about a week or maybe 2 weeks. It was a long time. Man, that ship was doing some tossing and turning. And bow would go under, go up, and then water would come all over deck. You had to hold for dear life to keep from falling, you know. And that's when after finally the water settled down and we went back to shore, most of our troops were still on shore. There was just a few of us on the ship, and with the folks that operated the ship. And that's where I saw that boy from named Jones, and he was, I told you about that, but his name was Jones, and we called everybody Jones, but he was married, and he was about the only married one on there that was married, because we was all pretty well out of high school. And he came on ship, and I was sitting there watching them come on with their backpacks on and all what they had on. I said, "Jones, you look like you about dead." I didn't know he was. And but what he did, he took strep throat, and the doctors and all had closed the thing to get on board ship, and then he didn't have a doctor for about 2 weeks or whatever, how long we was aboard ship. So he didn't have a doctor available, and he took strep throat, and I put me on guard duty up there at the captain's quarters a little later on, and he came out. He was bloody all over. They'd cut his throat so he could breathe. You know, he was cutting his breath off, and they cut his throat to breathe, and I never saw him again. So if he didn't die, they sent him on home or something, because, you know, if they were able to patch him up and come back, they would send them back after they got him paid. But if it wasn't, they either died or they discharged him, one or the other. I never saw him anymore. He was from Pennsylvania, I think. But we just called one another by the last name. But that yellow sea, that water was yellow.
Yeah.
It's I don't know why it was, but we went up that thing, and those folks had those little boats, you know, fishing and things. That wave, they'd have to grab onto the boat and try to pull it and show it, keep it from the waves from getting at them. And those folks right along those shores there would have to grab their boats and get ashore when they saw that big ship coming up through there. I don't know where we stopped up there somewhere in there.